what it was.
You ever took one of them nebulizer breathing treatments?
Yeah.
When you take one, it kind of gives you that head swirl feeling.
Yeah.
That's the way I felt through the whole entire
Really?
thing. Like just loopy. Like can't focus on nothing. Can't just like do general math and stuff like that. Just trying to get a bunch of numbers in front of you, trying to break stuff. I'd get up from it and be like,
Just overwhelming.
can't do it. But then that lasted like the whole entire 2 weeks. And I was just to the point where I didn't lose my taste on anything, but like sweet tea and things like that now taste 3 times sweeter.
Really?
And like it's not.
It's like it reset your taste buds.
Still tastes that way?
Huh?
It's still like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm like going
So you're under the half and half now?
I'm going to the refrigerator and then sticking it under the water,
Faucet,
filling
get
it
some
up.
water.
It's like, and then it still don't taste right. So it's
Right,
like,
because it's watered down.
but as far as losing taste, that ain't. I just ate a Pop-Tart because I'm about starved to death, and it felt like I was just spooning sugar out of a sugar
Really?
dish. It was like,
Oh shit.
but I don't know.
You want to have a seat real quick? Talk to us real fast. This is Travis with FDLE.
Oh, hey, I'm Travis Lawson.
Kerry,
I remember
Thank
us
you.
coming across it.
Shut that door. I've said I can't hardly hear him.
You know how Julia gets when she starts stomping down the hallway. So we're here because there's some issues with some licenses that were issued out of Calhoun County for contracting, and you came up on the list of people that got your registered contracting licenses through Calhoun County. So we wanted to sit down and talk to you about what process you went through to get those.
Okay.
Can you just start for like when did you go get your licenses? I apologize, I'm paying attention, I'm a note taker.
2019. 2019, I believe it was.
Okay. Do you remember what month it was or what part of the year?
I think it was like November, December, maybe.
Do you know who you went and talked to over there to get your license?
Dowling Parish.
Dowling Parish?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the process like over there to get your license?
Well, I had talked to Ron Ferris, who was over here, and Ron told me to go to Calhoun because it was a faster process over there. He said they were so backed up over here that they could get you in and out over there a little quicker. So I went over there and sat down and talked to Dowling Parish, and
Now, who's Dallin, just for those of us
he
who are not real
was,
familiar
he
with
was one of the building officials over there.
for Calhoun County?
Yeah.
Did you know him before, or is this, I got you, you just point of contact for Calhoun County?
Right.
I got you, okay.
And went over there and I talked to him about what I was wanting to do, and he pretty much just gave me like a rundown of like a 2020 questionnaire, and after that, you know, that was a pretty good job, and that was it. I paid him a fee for a license, and he issued me the license, and then I had to pay to the state for it to be filed and all that stuff.
How much do you charge you for the license?
I think it was $300.
$300. Did you pay with a credit card or cash or?
I think I paid with a check. I think
Okay, who'd you make the check out to?
it would have been. I have to look. I'm not 100% sure, but if I don't know.
Like to the clerk of court or to the building department or something like that, or to the county?
It would either been. Man, it's been a while, so I don't remember. I wrote so many damn checks.
I understand. Yeah.
It might have been cash. I really don't remember 100% certain.
And what kind of paperwork did you have to fill out over there whenever you went to get your licenses? Because you got 3, right?
just, yeah, I do, I got 3, but, one of them I'm gonna let expire, but, it was just like a little application page.
Okay. Did you do any other paperwork while you're there?
No, I don't believe so.
Did you take any tests or anything like that?
Not any written test.
Like
I said,
about a questionnaire or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, he kinda just, he had a piece of paper and he kinda just read a bunch of different scenario questions off, like just general building knowledge questions. And other than that, that was pretty much it.
Okay.
But it was something you did orally, or you said you read off a sheet of paper?
Sir?
That's something you read off and you had a piece of paper with the questions on there?
Yeah, it was just like, just a,
Just generalized?
he read it to me and, you know, it's like a scenario, like if you're, you know, what would be your general nail off pattern on, you know, a roof with, plywood sheathing, and what size nail would you use, and blah, blah, blah. It's just a general, I guess, the general questionnaire, kinda like that.
Okay. And did he give you any instructions on how to file your paperwork?
No, not necessarily. I mean, there was a lady, I guess. He told me, he did give me him. I think it was him. He gave me a lady's number that he said she used to work with the DBPR, and she knew all the steps on filing the paperwork. So he gave me her number, had me call her, and then she sent me an application through the DBPR. In fact, I already had printed one out for the same thing. It was the same thing that she sent me. So, and then they do a background check. I went to UPS, I believe it was, did a fingerprinting, credit check. I went out having to get a bond, cause I missed my credit was like just a few points under. So I went out having to get a bond the first time. The next time was, my credit was up again, so I didn't have to get a bond. But, other than that, and it took about 3 or 4 weeks, so for everything to clear with the state.
How much did she charge you?
I think her total charge was like $600, I think.
Did you meet with her, or she email you this stuff, she wanted you to, the paperwork she
No,
wanted
she
you to?
just emailed me the stuff that she needed, and like I say, it was just an application through the DVPR.
Okay. And then the list of stuff that you
And
had to
then
do,
the
like the
list of
fingerprints and the credit and the
all
background
that
and all that
stuff.
stuff.
And
Did you just email all that stuff back to her?
then,
Okay. Do you remember what her name was?
Strickland, I think.
Mary Strickland?
That's it.
So you had to pay her about $600 for the whole,
Yeah, I think it was about $600, it seems like.
Now, is that something that you're able to file on your own through DVVR, or do you have to go through somebody like her?
No, he didn't say, he didn't say that specifically. He just said that she used to work for DBPR, and she knew everything it was gonna need that would keep you from sending them something and then them going, oh, no, you gotta get this, and then, you know, that was basically the way he explained it with that.
just to smooth out the process, you
Yeah,
knew what
it
was
was like-
required. How did you pay her, or do you recall?
Through PayPal,
Through PayPal?
I think through a PayPal account.
Did she give you the PayPal information?
Mm-hmm.
And so, what 3 licenses did you get?
I got a registered registered residential, a registered roofing, and then a registered general.
And do you know the comp, you were getting comp cards from Dowling, right, Parish? Competency cards?
Yes.
Do you know, what was the fee that they charged for that?
$50 or $100 or something like that. I had to look, man. I got a folder with all that stuff in it, but
Okay. So, why would it cost $300 if it's a $50 or $100 fee?
well, if I assuming the license fee was a fee and then a comp card was a fee.
Okay, so that's still, I mean, at the highest, that's $200, and you're paying $300 for each.
What do you mean?
So you're saying it's $50 to $100 for the licensing fee and $50 to $100 for the comp card fee. And but you said it was $300 per card you got, is what you got to pay.
Well, $300 for the license part of it, and then like Bay County does a comp card too. You have a comp card fee, but you also pay a license fee every year too. I pay one for the city of Lynn too.
Right. Okay, so you're saying that the $300 you paid covered your comp card and your licensing fees through Calhoun County?
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, when I went to do a license, yeah, I guess so. I don't think I paid two separate payments.
Have you ever, excuse me, have you ever had a contracting license before this?
No, I've had just LLCs.
You've had LLCs? Okay. And just did like handyman work, not contracting work?
I did sub work, working for other contractors.
Okay, so you've been in the contracting business for a while?
Yeah, for a very long time.
Very long time. So how familiar are you with the process that you're supposed to go through to get a license?
As far as, well, I know there's a registered license, and then I know that there's a certified license. And a certified license, you're supposed to go through, take a state board test to do a certified test. I didn't really know that there was a registered license
Okay.
until Ron Ferris was telling me that I could go over there and get one. So, I mean, I didn't realize there was actually two levels of license.
Do you remember what certified license allows you to do as compared to the registered license? Did you have to take a state test to get the certified license, right?
Correct.
So does that give you like statewide jurisdiction to do contracting work, or?
From what I understand on it is, it just eliminates you from having to go, like if, I guess these guys that are like storm chasers, I guess you could say, they come from out of town with a certified license. They don't have to apply for what's called a comp card, I guess.
In the county where they're working, they just have a statewide
Right.
card.
From my understanding, is as long as it's a certified license, then you just pay for your license fee for the local town. But if you have a registered license, then you have to pay for a comp card. I believe that's the way it is.
But versus taking the statewide test or the state certified test to get the certified license, you can get a comp card that allows you to work. And I'm asking because I'm kind of hearing all
For
this.
that
For that
county.
county?
For
Okay.
that county.
Were you gonna do work in Calhoun County?
I've
You have to
done
bear
a
with me
little
because
work.
I'm not familiar with how any of this stuff
Right,
works.
I've done a little work in Calhoun County, but, I mean.
It was your intention, I guess, since you work here in Lynn Haven, to primarily do work in Bay
Right,
County.
I mean, I'm pretty much right here most of the time, so.
Yeah, so I'm here looking at the letter from the courthouse for your roofing contractor. It Says that you did an exam, got a 90% on the roofing contractor side and 92 on the business and law side. It says that Mr. Kerry Odom and Ladd Construction Company has completed and passed the Calhoun County roofing contractor exam. The proctored block exam was administered at the Calhoun County Building Department, and that you've held a competency as a licensed roofing contractor with Calhoun County since October of 2009. How much of that is accurate?
I guess. I don't know, because I've been in and out of there for, I mean, as far as date wise, I'm not 100% on the date. But, I mean, as far as like the testing and stuff like that, I mean, it happened, like I said, you know, just as far as him kind of giving you a 2020 questionnaire on piece of paper and.
Well, did you take a proctored exam?
I didn't take like a written test or nothing, no.
Okay. So a proctored exam would be where an independent third party observes you taking a test, making sure that you're not using materials or cheating.
Okay.
So you didn't take a test like that, did
No,
you?
I wouldn't say that, no.
And you didn't take a test where you'd have an actual score, right?
No, I don't guess it would be
So the 90 and the 92,
like Proctor
that
test,
would be,
no.
that wouldn't be valid. And you had a competency card in Calhoun County since October of 2009 as a roofing contractor. The answer is no.
Yes or no
I'd say
question.
no, I mean,
All right, so Kerry, this is the stuff that you submitted to the state of Florida to get your license, okay? Because we got this from DVP when they contacted us about this. So, Kerry, I like you. I think you're a damn good guy. There's a reason we're talking about this, and you know it. You've heard about the stuff going on in Calhoun County with the licensing, right?
alright, so what,
Do you wanna come clean about what your process was and what the fees were for and how this all went down?
alright, I'm sorry, say that again?
You wanna come clean with us about all this?
Well, I mean, that's pretty much the laydown of it, I
Well,
mean,
pretty much, and actually how it is,
I
are
mean,
two different things.
when I tried to get a license with Bay County, Ron Ferris told me to go to Calhoun County and told me to see Dowling Parish. And I mean, that's exactly the way it happened. I mean,
So, Calhoun County doesn't.
I mean, I'm not trying to do anything to get in trouble, you know.
Yeah. So, there comes a time when you're looking at stuff like this. Alright, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of background. Calhoun County doesn't have a test. They have an ordinance that says that no test exists. The building department isn't certified to give a test in order for you to get a license. It's well known that Calhoun County was selling licenses. Not like allowing people to get a license by purchasing it, but selling it off as a fraudulent and corrupt scheme. Okay?
Okay.
Your license is one of the ones that was obtained during a fraudulent and corrupt scheme, Gary. Alright, so Mr. Parrish is well known for doing this stuff, and that's why my friend Travis is here, okay? He's trying to get to the bottom of it. So there's a decision to be made, whether you wanna be just a defendant or a witness. You get where I'm going with this?
Well, I don't wanna be in trouble. Let's
Okay.
just be
So-
honest.
Okay, so let's start over and be honest with us about how that all went down. What you paid for, why you paid it, how
So when I reached out to Ron Ferris about getting a license,
Did you text him about it?
Hmm?
Did you text him about it?
yeah.
So you reached out to Ron about getting a license, right?
Right, and I reached out to Ron about getting a license, and he told me to go
To Calhoun?
to Calhoun County and see Dallin Parish.
All right.
Do you have that in your text messages?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to pull the email from it now,
Okay.
because I said I was, he told me when I got it to send him the stuff so he could get me registered in Bay County. I said, he said, I received your application for comp car from Calhoun County. He says, you must first have a state license number by the DVPR before an active COMSI card can be issued. He said, I've registered you in the system, but you're not able to pull a permit until the state license is received.
Well, but that was after you'd already got your comp car from Calhoun County.
Correct. And I asked him, I said, will this allow me to run soffit and fascia until I can take the exam? He said, I have to check base with the lady in Liberty County that Mr. Parrish told me to contact getting registered. He says, I would reach out to her today. Ron says, you don't need to take an exam, you just need to complete the state application and provide the paperwork that Mr. Parrish provided you. The person he is referring to can help you. If you hurry, you can get this done by the end of the month.
Are you able to forward me that email chain?
Yeah, I can send it all to you. How's your email?
WMCA.
I'm sorry?
MCA LINDEN. I'll just, yeah, I got a fucked up last name, I'm sorry. You misspelled my own name.
You seen it?
Yeah. So, you talk to Ferris, and he says, go see Dallin Parish.
Right.
So you go over to, did you call and schedule an appointment?
Yeah, actually I did. I called that way because he said that Ron said he was the only building official over there. He
Yeah.
said, so make sure you call, because a lot of times he's out in the field somewhere.
Right.
So I called, and he told me what morning would be good to meet with him over there, and then I went and met with him that morning.
Okay. And did he tell you to bring anything?
No, I don't believe so. He told me to make sure I have my stuff like that.
Okay.
Brought him a copy of that stuff.
Okay. And whenever you met with them, how did the conversation go?
I just told him that Ron had sent me to get a, I think it was a registered license was what I got, registered residential when I first went. And, he said, okay, so he was in and out of the office 2 or 3 times. He finally come back and he sat down and he had me fill out some kind of application paperwork, and then he did, like I said, a questionnaire. He just read off some stuff on the paper to me, and then he went and done something on his computer and then printed out some paperwork and had me sign it, and I paid him, and that was pretty much it. I mean,
What computer did he, was he like, you in his office or you in his house? Where,
No, it was at the office, Calhoun County.
that was his office?
Mhm.
What printer or computer did he use?
The one that was on his desk.
Was it a laptop or desktop? You know?
No, it looked like an older school desktop.
I got you.
I know when you walk in the office, the front office, his office was to the left, kind of to the left and straight back, and
Mhm.
we sat right there in that office and did everything. Wasn't, no behind closed doors or nothing like that.
And so you would have received 3 comp cards, is that correct, as a result of this?
It's three different licenses, yes.
Mm-hmm. But he asked you a total of 20 questions, or around 20 questions.
I mean, yeah, when I say
Scenario.
2020, I mean just like.
He just asked you a couple questions.
Yeah,
Is that fair to
I
say?
don't mean he just asked me like 20 questions.
So how many questions would you say he asked you?
I don't know, maybe 8, 10.
Let's be honest, did he ask you any questions and they don't really?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, he did give me the first 2 times I went in there, he sat there and kind of just, I guess he basically was just questioning me, like, just to see if I had some common sense of what I was doing.
What about the third time? Did he ask you questions the third time?
No.
Okay. So I'm here and looking at your second one. Actually, this is gonna be your third one, I believe. This is the general contractor. Is that the last one you got?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Says you got a 89 on your general contractor exam and a 90 on the business and law side of it, that you've had competency in Calhoun County since 2008. Is any of that accurate?
Yeah, I'd say probably not.
And you got 2 of them in April, right? Went in April for the first 2, for your roofing and your residential?
In April?
Yeah, of 2019.
I guess.
And then you went back in September and got your general? At least according to your paperwork. It was received in January, but September of 2019 is for your general, at least on the bottom of the paperwork.
I'm not 100% sure on the dates, but
And I can tell you. She sent the check 12/20 of 19. Mary did. Or Miss Strickland.
And you sent all that to Ms. Strickland for her to send it up to DVPR, is that
right.
correct?
Yeah. Why Miss Strickland?
He just said that, like I said,
He being Dallin,
he
right?
said she used to work for DVPR,
That she did.
and he said that she knew everything that they were gonna need, that way there wouldn't be any kickbacks. He said, 'cause a lot of times people send stuff that they left something out or they forgot this, and he said it kicks the process back, and then they start pretty much just set on hold, wait until you get that, and
So the $600 fee was her fee to do all the, get the paperwork together and send it in. It wasn't a fee to the state of Florida, correct?
no, that was actually, it included my filing fee and all that stuff.
But if you send it all in one lump sum, that through PayPal to her, correct?
Right,
So she would have paid the filing fee.
right, I didn't, I just paid her and she did all the filing with the state.
You see, part of the problem is the documentation that you provided to her to file with the state of Florida. There was documentation in there that you filed that you knew was incorrect, right? I mean, let's be honest here, we're all grown men. You knew you didn't take those tests the way that they're
Yeah, I
reflected
didn't
here.
take the test.
You knew that you didn't have the cards or the competencies in Calhoun County, their licenses that are reflected on that documentation. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So see, that's the issue here, and look, you're not the target, you're not the primary focus here. The primary focus is what was going on in Calhoun County by him doing that to y'all to a certain extent. Pretty much putting y'all out there as a victim. You see the position he puts you in?
Well, I agree. I mean,
What you did wasn't right. I mean, you'll agree with me, what you did was wrong, right?
and I didn't.
I mean, you'd agree with Bill and I that what you did was wrong by sending
You
that
know,
stuff up, right?
I honestly thought there was a difference though between the way their process was. I mean, I got one building official from Bay County that was sending me over there to do that, and
Well, maybe he did it for a reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and here's the other thing.
well, he's over there now. He's
Did you
head
ever
of
get a
that place
receipt?
over there now.
Did you get a receipt from Calhoun County?
You probably do. I mean, just being honest.
Okay, so you know what that receipt's for? It's for $50.
Okay.
That's all they charge for all that stuff, it's $50. That other $300 you gave him went where?
I mean,
It went in his pocket. Okay.
You'd agree with that? I mean, let's be
well,
honest.
I can't tell you what he did with it, to be honest with you, but I mean,
Well, here's the thing. If you get a receipt, if Travis is selling me something and he tells me it's $300 and I hand him $300 cash and he hands me a receipt for $50, that's fucking clue, right?
well, yeah. I mean, I'm with you on
Just
that.
being honest. You know,
I'm with you on that, but
you're an intelligent guy, Kerry. We've had plenty of great conversation.
Right.
You know exactly what was going
I
on.
ain't trying to pull nothing over none of y'all. I mean, I'm
Don't ask, don't tell, right? Is that kinda how,
I don't know.
it's a yes or a no, right, Kerry?
I assume so. So what's the next move? I mean, what is it that?
Well, I'd like to get a statement from you, but the biggest thing is, what I'm trying to hash out with you now is I want to get the full truth. Because here's the problem, when I get a sworn statement from you, you raise your right hand and swear to it. If anything in there is not accurate and it's not exactly the way it happens, if you want to help yourself out, it's up to you later. Just being honest. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to do that to you, I like you. You know what I mean? And that's what I was saying is, you know, going down that path, you can be just a defendant, or you can also be a witness. And I wanna leave you that option. You know what I'm saying?
I'll help you out however I can. My question is, what's happening with me? Just being honest.
It depends. It really does.
That's why you need to help yourself out, Kerry, and be honest about exactly what happened and why it happened.
Right.
That's why we come to you first and give you the opportunity, we're not gonna give other people.
Well, I ain't
Cause,
trying to
I'm
be.
not gonna lie to you, you getting a bad license in Calhoun County ain't in Lynn Haven.
I'm gonna be honest with you, when this is over with, I'm gonna sue the piss out of Calhoun County.
Okay.
Cause this is kinda, I don't know,
But you know what I'm saying? It's not a Lynn Haven problem.
Yeah,
That's the man.
and you are with who?
Florida Department of Law Enforcement mistake.
Okay.
But the issue is, you obtain those licenses by knowingly submitting fraudulent information, right? I mean, you knew you didn't take this test, or you
Well,
didn't.
yeah, I didn't take a test, but, you know, I
And
didn't.
you're not the only one that he's put in this position.
Yeah, they're
I
like,
mean, there's a certain amount of liability and culpability on your part for submitting that to the state.
Right.
It's in the crime of the century, but, help yourself out now so that we can go after the real problem, and the real problem is Dowling. You agree with that, right?
Yeah, I agree, so.
The other problem may be Miss Strickland, right?
Yeah.
How many people pay someone in PayPal for, you know, a fee that includes more than just the fee that's paid to the state? I mean, I'm not the smartest cop out there, even I see it, that may be a clue right there, something on, the up and up.
Right.
You could have done this, you could have sent it to DVPR yourself. Like you said, some of the stuff could get kicked back because it's not filed properly, but it sounds like you're paying an exorbitant fee for something that's relatively simple for her to compile and send to the state
Yeah,
on
'cause
your behalf.
honestly, everything that you have here, you filled out. I mean, I'm looking at your handwriting, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? The only thing that she did, because this is your application, this is your entire
Yeah, I
application to
actually, like I said,
DVPR.
I had one filled out prior to, I
So,
was,
she wrote a check for $309. And she did a cover letter. And she charged you $600 to do a cover letter and write a check out of her bank account for you. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
There's a reason that you're paying $600 for that. And it's because she's doing something not on the up and up. Same thing with Mr. Parrish, you know, he's charging you $350 for a $50 fucking fee.
right,
Obviously, there's something wrong there. And Kerry, you're smarter than that. I know you knew what time it was going up to Calhoun County. And I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Kerry, you bought a license that you knew was bad because it was the easy way to do it.
well, I
No,
mean,
people told you to.
I mean, they told you this is the easy way to do it, and you said, fuck it, let's go make some money, right?
well, yeah, I guess you would say so, but it's not like, you know, I didn't do this because I'm one of these crooks in town.
No, I'm not saying that at all. You're not
I don't
scamming
want
people.
to look at that. I've been building in this town 25 years.
Well,
You're
here's the
just
thing.
waiting.
You're not scamming people, you're not ripping people off, but you didn't have the right license to do what you wanted to do, right? And to make the good money.
System.
So let's fuck the system and do this the easy way. I pay a little bit of cash up front, but hey, in a month, I'm making money. Whereas I have to schedule a test and drive over to Okaloosa County, over to Crestview to take this test, then drive back to Bay County, wait 2 weeks for my test results, file the paperwork at Bay County, wait 3 weeks for them to give me a comp card, then file the paperwork at DVPR, wait 2 to 3 months to get my license. You streamlined all that down into 3 weeks,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it took a little while. It wasn't like a.
No, I mean,
skip, it's over with, but yeah.
but I mean, you took a 6-month process and made it a month process.
Yeah, it was shortened by sure, but.
So you knew what was
This
going on.
past 2 years, man, has been so.
Oh, yeah,
It-
no.
it's-
Hey, believe me, I get it. Between the storm, fucking up our building, it falling in on us, you know, then having to deal with all that, then COVID coming and hitting, I mean, that's a lot on a family. That's a whole lot on a person. Especially when you're somebody, like you said, that got 25 years in the business. You know that you can help people and you can help your family, but all you need is a piece of paper. And this was the easy way to do it.
I mean, that's all I've done, man. I ain't tried to scam anybody or anything else. It's just been work.
Well, I mean, and honestly,
Honest work.
it's the state.
So,
You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
state's who's got scammed in this. So tell me again, how did it go? Now that it's all out there, how did it go with Dallin?
Like I say, we just went in, told him what I was trying to obtain, and he pretty much just, like I said, asked me some questions on stuff, and I think he was pretty much like, okay, you know, after some questions. And I'm trying to think back, man. I don't think I'm just trying to come up with some shit. I'm just
Well,
trying to make sure. And then
Kerry,
he turned around and typed up
you've been
something
doing the
on his
contracting
computer.
business for 25 years, right?
Mhm.
I've been doing the police business for 15.
Mm-hmm.
Travis, you've been out almost 30 now, right?
Close to you.
Close to 20 plus.
Mhm.
One thing that I found, and I know Travis has found, because we worked a lot together, is 9 times out of 10, the simplest answer is the answer. Do you get what I'm saying at all?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I'm just trying to tell you how it happened.
Right.
I'm not trying to bullshit you.
Well, but the thing is, I read body language for a living.
Mm.
I interview people for a living. This is what we do. You're holding something back.
Like what though? I mean,
Well, I'm asking about certain steps in the process. So you keep referring back to, yeah, he asked me a few questions. Well, what did he tell you on the phone?
he didn't tell me anything on the phone.
What were you told about him prior to?
Ron Ferris told me, because the county at one time was holding a license exam.
Right.
And Ron told me that they were booked up, they had a long line of people to get in and out, and he said to go to Calhoun County and see Dowling Parish.
Mhm.
That he had a process that moved a little bit quicker. That was it. And I called Calhoun County.
So real quick, let's back up. You had put in to do an exam in Bay County.
Yeah.
So you knew that there was an exam required.
Right. Well, I knew there was a paperwork process that had to be done, and Ron said that, you know, they could do it quicker over there than they could over here.
Right.
That was, I mean, that's simple.
When did the money talk happen? How much and for what?
Once I was sitting in front of his desk,
Okay. And what did he tell you?
after we'd done everything and the paperwork, the little application that I filled out and all, his total fee was like, I think I gave him $300, $350. It was $350, something like that.
Cash? You mentioned earlier you thought it was
I
cash.
believe it was, but like I said, I've got a book that I stuff all that stuff in, all my receipt stuff from my licensing and stuff. So I had to look and see if I wrote a check or if I paid cash. If I don't have a receipt, then I'll probably pay cash, but I may have a receipt. I don't know. I'm not 100% certain.
Well, so did he tell you, hey, if you need to go either go get a test in Okaloosa or over at Crestview, or you need to pay me $300?
Mm-mm. No, he didn't say nothing like that.
Okay. Let's see.
Did you know how much?
I
is
remember
in?
asking him, was that it? That was it? That was all I had to do? And he was like, yeah.
Did he give you a receipt after you paid him?
I don't know.
I mean, you went there 3 separate
I
times,
really
right?
don't know. Like I say, all my Calhoun stuff, all my license stuff is in one book. I go get the damn book. I'll go get it and we'll look through it and see. But I want to say I wrote a check because I remember my wife was with me one time and I think she wrote the check while I was there. So, but I'll have to look. Just be honest. Dude, I wrote 15 checkbooks worth of checks in the last 2 years.
I know how that is. Travis, anything you think of before we go do a recorded statement on it?
No, just don't hold anything back. Don't speculate or don't think you're doing yourself a favor by not answering the question.
Well, I mean, honestly, at this point right now, do you think I'm trying to hold something back? Because I'm not. I mean, there was like no.
You're giving me some indicators that you are, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm nervous, man.
Well, I mean, I understand being nervous, but this is
I've
just.
got a family. I got
We understand.
a life. I've got a career that I'm trying to do, and I don't know where this is going, man.
Well, I mean, I get that, and I understand nervous, but it's not nervous that I sense. It's not nervous that I see in your body. It's hesitation.
It's nothing that I ain't trying to hide nothing. I mean,
You know, you're not the only one we're going to wind up having to have this conversation with. You don't want, you know, your chain of events or story to be different than what others tell us. Does that make sense?
yeah. I mean,
Some people are gonna sit there and just lie to us over and over again, and some people are gonna come clean and tell the truth.
Well,
Right.
and some people have already come clean and told the truth.
We didn't come to you by accident, you know what I mean?
Sir?
We didn't come talk to you by accident.
Right, no, I'm sure, I mean, but I'm trying to think, I don't feel like I'm holding anything from y'all, I mean, like I said, I talked to Ron to begin with, I've known Ron for lots of years.
And now he's running that shit over there.
Yeah, so, you know, I mean, I don't know, just trying to, that's pretty much it, man. He just went over there, I called and make sure he's gonna be there, yeah, you can be here at 8 o'clock, you know. Go over there and meet at 8 o'clock and that's pretty well it.
You mind giving me a recorded statement, sworn statement?
Yeah, I guess,
There we go. New recorder. My other one just decided the buttons wasn't gonna work in the middle of the statement when I was on call a couple weeks ago. So, speaking as Corporal McLean with the Lynn Haven Police Department, today's date is the 8th of March, 2021. The time is 10:29 a.m. Also present Special Agent Larson from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Sir, can you say your full name for me?
Kerry Odom.
All right, Kerry. You're here today. We've been talking for a little bit about some stuff with your contractor license. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. You're not in handcuffs or anything?
No,
Nobody's beat you or drug you around or slapped you around or nothing like that?
no,
All right, so you're here on your own free will?
yes,
Okay. You raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, Kerry. So what we're here to talk about today is the 3 licenses that you obtained through the Calhoun County Building Department and the Mr. Dowling Parish. Can you tell me a little bit about how you came to be acquainted with Mr. Parrish?
I spoke with Ron Ferris with the Bay County Building Department in reference to getting a license with Bay County, and Ron Ferris referred me to Calhoun County to see Dowling Parish, and he said that the Bay County system was just too backed up, and Calhoun County had a little faster system and wasn't quite as backed up as Bay County was.
So real quick, at the time that this was going on, you were trying to go through the process in Bay County,
Yes,
and when you said the process was backed up, it was the testing process that was backed up?
yeah, I assumed that. He just said there was a lot of people that were in line, and
Okay, but just a few minutes ago, we were talking, and you were saying that Bay County was getting tests, and you were trying to get on the list to get into that testing process,
Correct.
right? Okay. All right, sorry, continue on.
so, he told me to go to Calhoun County and see Dowling Parish, and I went to Calhoun County and met with Dowling Parish and told him I'd like to obtain a registered residential license, and he gave me paperwork to fill out an application, asked me some general building questions, typed up some stuff on his computer, printed it out. I paid a fee. That was pretty much it. That's
What kind of stuff did he type up on his computer?
I don't know. I mean, his computer wasn't where I sit right here. His computer screen sat
In front of you, so
kind of
you,
like this.
so you couldn't really see what was on
No,
the
I
screen?
couldn't see what was on his
But
computer.
he printed off some paperwork for you, right?
I don't think he printed off nothing for me. Maybe.
All right. Does this paperwork look familiar to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did you get that paperwork
Yeah.
from?
This come from Dowling Parish.
Okay. And that came along with the.
What is that paperwork just for, since,
It says, this is a letter from, or, a letter that Dallin Pear's written. It says this letter to verify that I have completed and passed the Calhoun County roofer contractor exam. Signed, Dallin Pear.
And did you take an exam while you were there?
No, I didn't take a written exam. I just answered some verbal questions from.
Did it have a score on there?
Yeah, there's a score on there.
It's a 90 and a 92, right?
Yeah, that's what he has on there.
Okay, and it says on here that you've held competency license as a roofing contractor in Calhoun County since 2009. When was the first time that you got competency in Calhoun County?
I don't know. I wouldn't
Would that be October of 2019 maybe?
probably.
Because that's when the certificate of competency, was this the first time that you ever got roofing competency?
Yeah, that
in
was the
Calhoun
first time I've been to
County?
see Dallin Pear's about any of them.
Okay, and he'd been at the building department for over almost 30 years,
I
right?
have no idea.
So you never had any dealings with Calhoun County's building
No,
department or
I've
license?
worked in Calhoun County a few times, but I haven't.
You hadn't had any interaction on that?
I haven't.
Did you
Yeah.
question Dowling as to why it said you'd held a competency card since 2009?
No, I'm not. No, sir.
And for your general contractor, again, it's the same thing, competency card, so you got an 89 and a 90 on your test. Said that you had held your a competency license as a general contractor since 2008, and this was issued in December 10th of 2019. Would that be the first time that you got a general competency from Calhoun County?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would also be inaccurate, correct?
Yeah.
Let's see, this one, this may be a duplicate, because, and how did you pay, Mr. Parrish for your competency card?
Either cash or check. Like I said, I'm not 100% certain without looking in my book.
Do you know how much it would cost to get a competency card? Is there a fee?
Well, I think, no, honestly, I don't know how much the comps card is. Cause I'm trying to think about a business license too, and it's kinda getting crossed up.
How much does
think-
Bay County charge for a competency card?
I don't remember. I think I gave them $100. I paid 2 full years in advance for Bay County, so I don't remember.
That's for your business license, because a
Right.
competency card is, just for that window of time that you get a license.
Right.
So
and-
that's a one-time thing. To get a
No, you have to renew it.
you have to renew your license, but you don't have to, but yeah, that's, yeah, you have to take a new test every time, whenever you're doing that, unless you're grandfathered in.
Maybe $100, $50. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember.
And how much did you pay?
Sorry.
How much did you pay?
Total thing for the licensing and all was like $300, maybe $3 or $350, and then I paid a $500 or $600 filing fee
To Miss Mary
to
Strickland?
Strickland, yeah,
And you met her through who?
through Parish.
And
I never met her. I just,
Dowling Parrish referred you to Ms. Strickland.
yeah.
And what did he say about Ms. Strickland, her background, or what did she have a
He just
preference?
said that she used to work with DVPR and she knew all the paperwork, all the required documentation that the DVPR was gonna want. and she would make sure everything was there, that way it went as smooth as possible, I guess you could say, without missing anything.
Did you go see Miss Strickland, or did you call her, or how did you
No, I
communicate
called,
with her?
he gave me her phone number, I called her, I never met her, I just paid her over PayPal and talked with her a few times on the phone, but other than that, that's,
And it was your understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, that her sole purpose was to put your package of information together and then submit it to DVPR with a filing fee?
right.
And did she have a fee that was associated with that? Or do you know how much your filing fee would be? Let me ask you that first.
No, honestly, I don't, I don't know what the filing fee is.
Did she have a fee for her services?
Yeah, she did, I mean, I don't know, honestly, I don't know what the filing fee is with the state, and that's just being honest, but I don't know what her
How much did she tell you
filing
that,
fee
yeah, that
is
she was
either,
gonna?
but I gave her like a total of $500 or $600, 2-3 times.
And you gave Mr. Parrish $350 each time, right?
Right.
One time for each license, so you gave him about $1,000.
Yeah,
How did you pay Miss Strickland? Do you recall?
through PayPal,
That's how she asked you to pay her?
yeah. She had like a PayPal email account or something.
Now, did she, when you talked to her on the phone, did she say that she could expedite your package or your process faster than normal?
No, I wouldn't say that was said, it's just, the way Parrish explained it to me was, like I said, she used to work for DVPR, now I don't even know if that's true, but
She
he
did.
said she used to work there and she knew everything that they were gonna need and make sure that all the paperwork was there. That way, nothing would be left out and it wouldn't cause a delay in the process. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Now, when you got the paperwork from Mr. Parrish, or if you got it from Mr. Parrish, but the paperwork that went to Miss Strickland that she was gonna submit to DVPR, when you saw the document that Mr. Parrish had prepared and it reflected the scores that you made on the proctored exam, that you knew were not correct, right? But it also said that you held a competency card for some years prior that you knew you didn't have, right? Yes?
That's correct.
Did you confront Mr. Parrish about this? You knew it wasn't correct.
No, but honestly, I really,
Well, why not? I mean, and I'm just asking, cause I thought something like that, with my name on there, I would wanna have to clear that up.
well,
Because that's your actual competency card, that's your letter of competency, that's what all those are.
okay,
That's what gives you the ability to get a license.
right. I just,
Because you knew the information he put on there wasn't right, but you didn't confront him, was there a reason why? Maybe that's a better question, was there a reason why?
no, there wasn't a reason why, I don't guess, I just,
Did y'all discuss that, or did he tell you he was gonna do that when you were sitting there at the meeting?
no.
Did he ever ask you if you held a competency card prior to this in Calhoun County?
No, sir.
Did he ask if you'd ever had a contractor's license?
No, he didn't ask me, did I have a contractor's license? I mean, like I said, he did ask me quite a few questions about just building in general but no test, no comps card.
Was it common knowledge in the construction industry if you needed a comp card to go to Mr. Parrish? Is that a fair statement? I mean, you said before, you've been in this industry for a long time.
I have, but I've never been a contractor.
Right,
I've
but
always
you-
been just a sub. And, you know, I didn't realize that there was a certified contractor and a registered. I thought they all was, you know,
Same.
they all was the same thing. I know you can get a residential license or you can get a commercial license. But I really didn't realize there was actually a difference in the two until, Ferris sent me over there and to do this instead, so.
Do you know anybody else that went over to Calhoun County to get their license?
I think I know one other person,
Who's that?
Ryan. What is that, Forrest,
B-A-R-S?
huh?
Bars, you said?
Forrest.
Forrest. Is he somebody that you told to go over there?
Hmm?
Did you tell him to go over there?
No, he talked to Ron, but I know Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan's been a builder in this town for a lot of years too. But other than that, that's the only person that I know of.
Do you have any other questions you'd like to ask? All right. Has anybody promised you anything, threatened or coerced you to get this statement today?
Nah.
All right. Can you say your name the way you would sign it?
Sir?
Can you say your name the way you would sign it?
Kerry Odom.
All right. Concludes the statement at 10:44 a.m. So Kerry, here's the other side of it. So, your contracting license was obtained by fraud. Therefore, every permit that you pulled is not valid. So every job site you worked on is the equivalent of being an unlicensed contractor, since you've gotten that license. That puts us in an odd predicament. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I know of at least 6 places in Lynn Haven that you've done work on, is that correct? Where you've gotten permits and been contracting?
Probably, there's just a few, just a bunch.
Most of your work's over in Calhoun, or in Gulf County?
Who?
Gulf County is where you do most of your work?
No, I do most of my work here.
Okay.
I mean, I've done a few here and there. Gulf County.
All right, is there anything else you'd like to ask?
Was there anyone else in Lynn Haven, in the building department, or any other of these local municipalities' building departments that you were, if you went to Dowling, just in your conversations that you had to get comp cards?
No.
Well, Kerry, can you do me a huge favor? Can you go
Huh?
ahead and take off your shirt and your badge and your radio?
What does this mean?
I'll talk to you about it in just a second.
My shirt?
Badge and radio.
Are you fixing to arrest me? Alright, can I make a phone call before I go anywhere?
Yeah, we'll let you make the phone call. You gonna call the wife?
Yeah.
That's no problem. Pepper spray too. Didn't see that till just now. Do you have car keys in your office?
Yeah, truck.
Okay. Go ahead and call your wife. Your car keys are in the truck?
Huh?
Your truck keys are in the truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
They like, that's still out front. Man, I ain't going nowhere, you fucking know I ain't.
No, we'll let you go outside.
I'd like to hear my baby.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go out for a little bit.
I'll make a phone call.
You want to go out the side door? Out behind the spot?
pull the form, who I sold it to, and where I got it from. The wholesaler, and then who it went to. I've had to do that about, I think, 3 or 4 times. So I got a lot coming in today, fit that console in that truck. Amazon, like $8. That replacement was 2 keys. I'll just put my lock in and lock it up.
We'll talk to you in just a second, but you're on this one.
That ain't necessary.
I have to, that's policy.
Is your wallet in there?
You got me twisted up in there.
Oh, I know, I'm gonna get it straight for you. Just put hand mine real quick. I'm giving you 2 sets, that way it's not.
I'm sorry.
Is your wallet in there? You want your wife to get your wallet, or you
It's
just
gonna be in her car, so the
Okay.
car's still all, I got you.
Hello.
Hey, I need a unit for transport.
You say what?
I need a unit for transport.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Mhm.
We'll go talk to the chief now.
Sir.
We'll go talk to Randy.